back in the day, it was like, how much money can I make to have access to things that maybe I wouldn't be able to afford normally. And I think it's evolved into entrepreneurship being an opportunity to build something for a generation, but also impact other people. I think we've been pretty intentional about people we partner with on our journey on entrepreneurship. As we build Genesis, we partner with transport companies and people because we want to see people's life change as well. It's not just for us. The cake is big enough.
Hi, guys. Welcome to ResponseABLE with Professor Nikki James.
I mean, louder is better in my opinion.
I think so.
Because then we can yell. I feel like I have a fake loud voice. Because if I actually screamed right now, I would be super loud.
Hi, friends. Welcome back to the ResponseABLE podcast. Today, I get to introduce you to Donna and Brent James, the co-founders of Genesis Travel Solutions, but more than that, the co-founders of the James family, one of my favorite families here in Cape Town, South Africa. What I love about Brent and Donna is that they just live life well. They love people, they love their family, they love each other, they love that their business has an impact on all the people around them. And although they're only a little bit older than me, I can honestly say that I want to be like them when I grow up. We met 5 years ago, the very first time that I arrived in Cape Town. I was tasked with this mission of running a global mobility program or inheriting a global mobility program that honestly I was terrified to take on, but wasn't willing to say no at the amazing opportunity. And I can honestly say that having Brent and Donna in my corner have made this program and my life here and the things that I do here and the program that I deliver for my students just infinitely richer and infinitely more full of love. And I honestly can say I wouldn't be able to do it without them. So I'm really excited for you to hear this episode. Let's jump in. Welcome. I finally get to welcome you to something. This is so amazing. Thanks for being here. The funny thing is the more time you spend with people before you do the podcast, the more awkward it is to do the start. Because I do the introduction later and the exit later, but it's just more the getting started part. So I would really love you guys, Brent and Donna James, no relation, we don't think.
Well, you did the history of the...
Yeah.
So and you might have picked up something or could at some point.
The only thing I picked up, there was one James that I found that took a boat to South Africa.
Okay, Brent can explore that. It's his surname.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did it land in Simon's?
You know what? Interesting. I need to go. Yeah, I did find someone. I was like, what? Because we all know where names came from, as we learned from LGBT last week. No. But yes, thank you so much for joining me on the podcast. It would be really great if you guys could introduce yourself. Who are you? We'll start off with you, Brent.
Yeah, I am Brent James, husband, father, entrepreneur, and out here doing my bit to try and help change the world with one step forward at a time.
Awesome. And Donna James, the
Donna
better
James.
half of the trio. Of the duo. The best of the trio too. Like,
Well, thank you, Nikki. That is a huge compliment if that's what you think.
you should take it. Just take it.
Okay.
No, yeah.
For now. Thank you, Nikki. Donna James, married to Brent James for what?
What a coincidence.
Wow.
24 and a half years already.
Wow.
So that is a medal in its self.
Definitely
If anyone knows
for you,
Brent.
not for him.
Oh, yeah. If anybody knows Brent.
He won the medal.
Already, yes. But yeah, I'm mom and mom to 3, and then wife to Brent. And like he says, he's an entrepreneur. I think I'm just the assistant entrepreneur. I still haven't, 4 years later, I think I still haven't grasped that idea or even gotten used to it
Mm-hmm.
of entrepreneur.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, but every entrepreneur needs their sidekick, right? The one that kind of reins them in.
Yes,
the
which
one that
he needs. He needs.
the one that is the balance of, have you really thought about this?
Yes.
Yeah, the safety
So-
net.
Yes, all of that.
So you have an interesting role in the mix of all of this, which is
Yes.
really, really cool. So we're going to jump into this and hear a little bit about your guys' story. So we met 5 years ago. Do you remember how we met?
I know we met via an introduction.
Uh-huh.
So you had connected with Marissa, who I worked with at the time, and reached out to her. And Marissa's like, "You need to come with me to meet this crazy person. She's got the same surname as you do, no relation, but you've got to come in because
that we know of.
that we know of. You got to come and meet this person because she's coming to South Africa and doing some stuff with business school. And long story short, I was like, okay, cool. That would be. Let me know when it happens. And the next thing I knew, I think I was having coffee with you and Marissa. I can't remember where it was, but yeah, that was our first introduction. Donna wasn't at that meeting.
No.
It was just myself and Marissa. So I think that was the first time.
Yeah. Yep. Right. I'd heard about you from Marissa before. She was like, I have this friend that does all this travel stuff and is starting to get into the travel area. Can I invite him to the meeting? And I was like, yes, of course. What about you? I don't remember when we met.
I was thinking now as he was talking, and up until all of that time that you were here with the other group,
Mhm.
I don't think I've met you until it was your birthday.
Did we
At the
didn't-
Winchester.
Wait, did
is
we
where-
meet at my birthday?
Yeah.
I think so.
You
And
even brought me a cake.
I baked you a cake.
Oh my gosh. You baked me a cake and we hadn't even met. Wow.
Yeah.
That birthday party for me was the most surreal is probably the word that I would say. So that was a big birthday for me. I had a friend from Australia meeting me in South Africa. It was the first time I'd been in South Africa. And I work on the assumption that if you want to have a party, you invite 5 times the amount of people that you want to come to the party. And then maybe 20% of those people will show up. And so the story goes that I probably invited about 25 to 30 people to come and celebrate my birthday with me, people that I'd never met, that I was just meeting along the journey. And I made a booking for a table of 6 and spent the entire night profusely apologizing to the waiter because everyone that I invited came. There ended up being like 25 people at my birthday party in a country that I'd only been in for 2 weeks. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I really didn't think this many people would come. Can we please have another table? And the guy was just like, it's fine. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is insane. But it was a really fun night. And it definitely solidified that South Africa was a place that I wanted to spend some time, in Cape Town specifically. So yeah. And then you all made me do a speech. That was...
Well, it was a big birthday.
Yeah.
It was. You're right. It was a big birthday.
And you had a lot of people there. If it was 6 people, you didn't need to do a speech. But you had 25 people. Culturally, yeah, when you invite people, they're generally going to come. They're generally going to come
It might
and
not
pitch
be
up.
on the time
On
that you
time. It's going to be
stipulate,
on time, but
but they'll be there.
chances will be there.
Yeah, I lesson learned in the most delightful way possible. But it did make my birthday really amazing and a memory that I will remember for the rest of my life. You guys, the way that we know each other is through obviously meeting through Marissa. And then as everybody knows, I run a program where I take Northeastern students to South Africa. And these guys are the ones that literally are the little like legs under the surface that make me be able to do what I do with the students and make all my crazy ideas a reality with their company called Genesis Travel Solutions. So I want to know where it all started. So take me back. So how did you get from high school to where you are today?
I think
They're both staring at each
yeah,
other, trying to
a
work out who gets to go first.
a long journey. We both ended up in corporate. I thought that IT was the way when I left school. It was the thing that was up and coming. So that's what I went to go and study for a short time, and then ended up working permanently in that place. But I think the hustle culture was always inside of me. I would buy this
Yep.
newspaper every Thursday back in the day when newspapers were a thing. And I would look at items in the IT field that were people were selling secondhand, and I would buy them and then see the value and then resell them. So that's kind of early days when we kind of got married. Donna was in not even in the travel industry at the time. I think she worked
I was in maybe just a year.
just
It was
started, just basically
Mm.
started. I'm like, at no point did we think that this is a thing, like we'll have a travel business at some point. I did think at some point I'd do some entrepreneurship stuff myself, like some business, own it. And then I went on a journey where after 3 years of working permanently, I quit that and joined a company to start. Well, I joined this guy to start the business, and then jumped back into corporate, realized that business isn't so much fun. Like you think it's all this fun and you're going to make all this money. And the thing is that you may have preconceived ideas of what business is. And so I had many years of jumping in and out of entrepreneurship opportunities and going back to corporate and back and forth until fast forward 6 years ago, where I was like, Donna, you've been doing this for so long. Like, I've tried IT, I've tried electrical, I've tried maintenance. Like, this is a thing that you're really good at, and you should do this for yourself. And she's like, no, I'm not doing that. And like, I'm keeping my job. I want to make sure I get a paycheck. You spoke about it earlier, the stability. So she's always been the one like, I need to make sure we have a stable income. You're the one that's always trying these things. And I suppose, like you say, the sidekick, the other side of it, like having that support structure for many years, knowing and having the freedom, although the freedom was not given, I suppose, like I always felt that I had the freedom to be able to explore. Like, and that's what Donna giving us stability at home and making sure that we had a paycheck coming in. And so, I was working at a church, and that season had come to an end, and I'm like, okay, now is the time for the next chapter. And still she didn't want to leave a job. So I quit, and I'm like, okay, she's like, it needs to make money. You can't just do things because you want to do it.
There's wisdom in that, guys.
No, there definitely is.
Considering that we had a family and obviously everything else that comes with a family, we couldn't all just jump.
Yeah. Let me also just say this. Let me jump in and say it's probably it's the third time that we've
Yes.
tried to do Genesis. So we tried it the first time when we fell pregnant with our youngest.
Okay, so
Donna
2015.
had got retrenched, and we're like, now's the perfect time. Clearly, you've got so much time on your hands that I'll go to work and you can stay at home, and you have the baby, but you have time to start the business. And so that's what we'll do. And
That was after having 2 other babies. And
Yes.
knowing
Yeah.
how to put that
I mean,
together.
that's
Seven and
beside
10
the
at
point.
time.
Entrepreneurs are always a little delusional.
That's beside the point. I think you're just going back into unnecessary things. Let's not. We don't have to talk about that. But like at the time, I'm like, you have so much time. I don't know what you can. The baby's sleeping. You have time to build a
Yes,
business. Like,
apparently.
yeah, that's what I thought.
That's
And
all
then
there is.
Karis sleeping? What?
I think just the pressure then of trying to make this thing work and having a timeline, and then getting to the place where, the numbers don't add up again. Like, we don't have the money to do what we need to do. You're probably going to have to go back into corporate, which is what she did. And then and then the people actually retrenched her. When she went back, they're like, "Oh, we don't actually have a role for you anymore. We're going to retrench you." So that was in the period of having the third child. We thought we'd started, and then pre-COVID was the second time
Mm.
2018, end of 2018, 2019.
Maybe beginning of 2019.
We had in the process of hiring someone actually, because we all had jobs and we were like, this can work. This can definitely work because it's a market that's existing. Tourism is existing in South Africa. It's continuing to boom. People are traveling. And then we were about to hire someone and the first COVID stories came out. And before we gave the contract, we literally had the contract drawn up.
Oh, wow.
We just like, sorry, we can't do this because we just don't think this is the right time.
We don't know what's going to happen. Yeah.
And we didn't do it. And then, end of 2019, I get the date wrong. But we I think it's time now. And I quit. And she's like, well, you go and do it. See that you can make some money to support yourself. And then I know that, I can be part of this. So that was how we got to the start of trying it for the third time and then actually sticking to it. But was it hard the first few months when I had other entrepreneurship journeys, but I think the first 9 months of Genesis was tough, to put it in a word.
Yeah.
Well, I think all of that, it just boiled down to the timing. Like I said, it was 3 times, not that third time lucky or third time's the charm. It was all just down to timing. I think in a way, after COVID, there was a lot of companies in the travel industry that was struggling already or trying to recover from. So thankfully, we didn't do all of that before COVID because otherwise we might have been in the same situation. But then after COVID, travel was starting to pick up and then you could build on that, I suppose. But
build with the momentum of the market rebuilding.
Yes.
Yeah.
But even still then, I didn't see it as something I would have wanted to do or start. I was always just happy for him to go. You go, you get it sorted. I'll be here. I'll help. I'll help and I'll see. And if it doesn't work, because it was the third time and first 2 times it didn't work. So there was no guarantee that the third time was going to work. And there was always doubt, or for me at least, there was always doubt. Until we managed to secure a few jobs and then we thought, oh, okay, this could work. And I think it was still a while for him, still encouraging me to leave my...
That's a nice choice of words.
That easy wasn't very kind.
What was the final, was there something that happened that all of a sudden you went, okay, now I'm comfortable doing this? Or did you do it anyway, even though you weren't comfortable? What was that part like?
Well, I resigned from my previous job with nothing to go to. Well, Genesis was up already for probably about 1.5 years, but there was still no security for me to join. And it was just getting rough and tough where I was, and I couldn't handle the pressure in that time anymore. And although it was a long time coming, there was something that happened that was just the straw that broke the camel's back. And it gave me a moment to reflect, I suppose, as to what I'm enduring in that time at the previous company, and then what I could possibly be doing. The children were getting older, and I felt like all the years as a working mom, you don't have that time. There was never really flexibility to be with the kids or do things with them or go to their concerts during the day or whatever school thing happened, and it always happened during the day. And then it was always a matter of, do you take this day off or do you take that day off? Because you don't have all the leave days
Yeah.
to juggle every school opportunity or school occasion that they got. And I mean, there was a time when the kids were at 3 different schools, so each of them ran on a different calendar.
Oh, wow.
So it was difficult trying to juggle all of that. And then, like I say, straw that broke the camel's back, and I just resigned practically on the spot, but then gave my time, worked out my time, and then I was unemployed, and I was having to rely on whatever Genesis was going to be able to do.
Mhm.
And at the time, there was some security, but I still had doubts.
Mhm.
I think until a few months in or something. But
So I've heard this story from the other side. So I would like to hear your version, because I'm pretty sure she was never unemployed in your head. Am I right?
No. I didn't. I didn't see it ever as being unemployed. Like she said, I didn't say it kindly, because it got to the point where I'm like, I can see the potential that you have to do this for yourself, and you're doing it for other people. I'm like, you just need to pull the trigger. And so I stopped having these kind conversations, and I just gave up. I literally just said, I'm done. I'm done talking about this, because I don't think. Actually, when you're ready to do it, you'll know when the time. I kind of like, you do it when you're ready. And then, but I had been preparing for if and when the conversation happened.
Mhm.
So the minute she joined, I actually put her on 3 months leave without doing any work. I'm like, you actually need the time just to
Yeah.
reset, just to go away and just not find yourself, but just have time for yourself for the next few months before. I don't think I gave her an email address.
no.
I didn't give an email address. I didn't do anything of that. I think when we started the group in January, I eventually gave her an email address and said, okay, now you have one. You can start working and being part of it. But there was never a thing of being unemployed.
Yeah.
I needed her to be able to see it for herself, that this thing works and she could be part of it and part of building something and being present with the kids and I mean, she mentioned it, like having a schedule of 3 different kids happening at the same time. I was able to do a lot more things more flexible than what she was during that season. And I think she saw that as well. It's like, I'd like to be you sometime and do that. We're like, well, you could, but you're choosing not to. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's super interesting. And now we're here, like 3 years later
4. Well,
from when you
From when
from
you
me,
joined,
four, 4 years into Genesis,
Yeah,
and
3.5
like 3.5
years.
years from when you jumped in, and
Mm,
look where you are now.
yeah.
It's very cool. What are some of the challenges and upsides of partnership in its truest sense? You guys live together, you were married for 24 years, you work together. The good, the bad, and the
Yeah.
ugly.
Well, I think definitely being married.
You went really quickly.
We-
Now. Okay, me first. As you were.
Anyway.
Peanut gallery. Yeah, I think just being married was probably or is a good basis, at least. And we've been married for 24 years. We're good friends to each other and partners. So we kind of know each other after all this time. So, and we've had this question before quite a few times, like how do you work with your husband, or how do you manage to work with your wife? But we lean into each other's strengths, and I think we just make it work. There are times when we probably don't see eye to eye, but it's not a big, massive fight or anything. There's a disagreement, and there's a resolution at some point, maybe a few days later.
I think resolutions are happening quicker now these days than what they did in the beginning. Because back in our earlier part of our marriage, and our relationship would be like things would be unresolved for longer. And because we work together, it's like we can't leave that. Like, this is my opinion, that's your opinion. Like, I think you should go this way, you think you should go that way. Where's the middle ground? And we get there quicker than what we did 20 years ago. Which has been helpful for the partnership. We also met with a business consultant who was like, I'd love to do something for you guys just to help you along. Let's put you through some questionnaires, some tests, and all these things.
Sorry, just to add on to that, just as a concern as our husband and wife team.
Oh,
yeah. So he's a good friend of ours. Like, I just want to, on the early days, I want to help you with this. And one of his first things he said, I just want to say to you guys that these results are going to come back negative, and it's going to show that you shouldn't work together.
Yeah.
Because every other couple that we've done this for, like, it just doesn't work. Husband and wife don't work together. And at the end of it, when he gave us the report, it's like, it doesn't make sense, but it works. Like, your attributes, your strengths, and they complement each other so well that you're so strong in one area and vice versa, that he actually thinks it, like, if it didn't look at it as a married couple, the team, as the two of us, works well together. So and that was good to hear from an outsider, that on paper it looks like we think it could work.
Amazing. So good. I guess, as I said, Genesis has been going for about 4 years, and you guys have been on this journey together for 3.5 years now-ish. How did you learn to be an entrepreneur? Because I know it looked different for both of you, and one of you might not be fully there yet. But one of the things that I've observed is that everybody kind of comes to entrepreneurship from a different way and with different reasons and intentions or whatever. So, like, how did you get to that journey of realizing that you were entrepreneurial and this is something that you might like to do?
Well, entrepreneurship for me at the beginning was make as much money as I can. An opportunity to be able to have access to something which I think my normal means is not going to provide. So hence the hustling and selling things after work. Even now, like, I could be selling things on Marketplace. Like, back in the day, it was like, how much money can I make to have access to things that maybe I wouldn't be able to afford normally. And I think it's evolved into entrepreneurship being an opportunity to build something for a generation, but also impact other people. I think we've been pretty intentional about people we partner with on our journey on entrepreneurship. As we build Genesis, we partner with transport companies and people because we want to see people's life change as well. It's not the entrepreneurship journey has become one of sharing more than taking just for yourself.
Yeah, that's amazing. Are there any specific stories that come to mind of people that you've partnered with and been able to invest into or bring along the journey with you that come to mind?
Yeah, we've got Charlie. Charlie's actually worked in the Northeastern program a few years ago. So Charlie was in a different field altogether, like in construction, and he left that and was trying to figure out what was the next step. And for us, I was actually traveling to the UK at the time when we had a bunch of people traveling at the same time. Actually, Northeastern's head of security and director of Geo.
Yeah.
So we needed to host Northeastern well, right, in order to make sure the conversation. This is after meeting you, so. And so I was out of the country, and Donna's not really a front-facing person.
I was out as well. It was the same. Wasn't it the same year we went to Nikki or roundabout?
No. I was no.
Okay, sorry. Scrap.
So Donna's not really the front-facing person. Donna loves to be behind the scenes. So even her doing this now with you is like,
I know. I love it.
It's big. It's big for her. But we needed someone to be able to look, and we were trying to figure out who could that person be. And I'm like, what about Charlie? I know he's not qualified, but we need a host. We need someone that's going to reflect what we stand for, all of the things that we would value, and we felt that Charlie fitted that, ticked those boxes. And so we had a conversation with Charlie. Charlie hosted a guest pastor for the one church, and then he hosted your team that visited Cape Town and hosted another third. So in the 10 days, there was 3 different people he hosted. And every one of them came back and said that they did a great job. And so we were like, what if we actually invested into Charlie to become a tour guide? But more than that, we'd actually like to see him have his own business. So we invested in Charlie by paying for his tourism qualification. He became a qualified tour guide. He then worked on the job with you 2 years back, where he was the guide for the entire, or a representative for Genesis for the entire month with your team. And today, Charlie now owns Liminal Tours. So he's got his own business. And so Charlie offers his services to us, which we pay for, but he's also able to be part of the economy, the tourism economy, and offer his service to the broader community. So he's now part of the big picture.
Very good.
Rather than actually, so we didn't want to have Charlie work for us. We always use the words working with. And so that's how we looked at it. And I mean, I think that's a really cool story that Charlie's gone on to do some great things with his network and with his relationships, and started to build Liminal Tours. And again, he's extending that network into other people and bringing it into his circle. So that's really cool.
Yeah. And what I love about that is like the same as what you were saying about like, Donna, you have these capabilities, why not do it for yourself? It might seem really interesting in a place like Cape Town where the unemployment rate is so high to go, no, I don't want to employ people. But what you're really doing there is you're not just giving people a salary, you're actually helping them create wealth and generational wealth. So you're passing on that belief that you have for your own family and that desire you have for your own family to other people, even if they don't get it yet, which I think is really cool and really powerful. So I don't know if you've seen it that way, but it is very cool coming from the outside and seeing, you know, I've been coming here for 5 years now, and just the amazing people that work around the Genesis ecosystem are kind of like family to me, and seeing their businesses thrive because they are getting opportunities. And, you know, you could own all the buses and you could own all the things, but you don't. You work with people that have a passion for those particular elements and give them opportunity, which I think is a really amazing and a unique way to do business, which is really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
and it's why I keep coming back. And, you know, you guys are kind of cool too. It's really about Karis. No, I love that. So my heart when I come here is always, I'm very aware that because of the time of year that we come and it being the low season in tourism, and that we bring a fairly significant economic resource here, I'm always very mindful of like, how can we make sure we're not just doing good with how we show up and what we do, but like with the resources that we bring. And I love that I don't even have to think about that with what we do with you guys, because I know that that's your mindset and we have that in common.
Yeah.
So like all the different vendors that work and all the opportunities and that you guys invest in other people and other businesses and things like that as well. I don't even have to think twice about that. I just go, of course, of course they're going to do that. It's in their DNA. So yeah. So what is the vision for Genesis? Like, why the name? Like what's the goal, the thing that you're striving for?
The name was always Genesis, even 10 years ago.
Okay.
And yeah, so it was always Genesis. Every time we tried, it was always Genesis. And I think because the two of us were doing it, and 10 years ago, it was the first thing, and we thought, okay, in the beginning, this was the story.
Okay.
We didn't know that the beginning was going to take 3 tries at least.
No, we didn't.
Well, there was 7 days of
Well,
creation.
I guess so. But I hope we're not going to do this 7 times.
No, I think you're pretty good now.
Yeah, so, well, that's a good way to look at it. But yeah, it was always something on our hearts, I think, to have it named as Genesis. Yes, biblical. Yes, in the beginning, but also just so much from there that we can grow and expand with. And I think initially it was, I don't know if it still is like that on the website, but your journey begins here.
Mm.
That was kind of our slogan. I'm not sure if it got lost
Mm.
along the way, if it's still
that.
there, but that was our aim.
I think that's a great
But it
one for the
evolved.
back of that T-shirt.
It
Just
evolved.
FYI.
It evolved from the first logo with giraffes.
And
Part of
giraffes.
giraffes, because a
Yeah.
journey of giraffes, a group of giraffes is a journey.
Oh.
Moving giraffes.
Yeah, moving giraffes. So that
Yeah.
was the whole thinking behind it. So that was, it was always. Donna
And
said,
just to show my South African, well, not South African, but safari skill set, stationary giraffes is a tower.
Well done.
Yes, I passed
you've
the
been on,
Genesis.
you've been on one of two safaris, haven't you?
Just a couple.
Yeah, and I think maybe just following up on it. I mean, it's been a faith journey for us,
Mhm.
like this whole Genesis thing, and even those first 9 months. I'll get to the vision now, but I mean, the first 9 months was me trying, because Donna wasn't part of the business. This is me trying to do Genesis and get Genesis working the way that I think it should work, and speak to the people that I think should be working with me, or I might have. And I think I've shared with you that, like, we had that meeting, we spoke about things, and there was 9 months.
Yeah.
This was part of that 9 months, right? Of where we were like, okay, God, like, what are you doing? Like, we feel like we're doing all the right things, but you're just not doing your bit. Like, what is going on? And I refer to this gangster outside the mojo where your team stays. I had this gangster conversation with God. We're just short of dropping F-bombs. I literally was like having a go at him, and I'm like, I'm done. I can't do this. If you don't show me something, then like we're done. And Charlie, actually, I mean, we're talking about Charlie, but this is how Charlie fits into this bigger story. Charlie called me as soon as I closed the door, and he said, hey, he calls me James. Hey, James, I've got these 13 German pastors that's traveling. They need some support. I know you're doing this thing now with traveling. Can you just help them with that? And I'm like, okay. Put the phone down, and I'm like, okay, God, all right, let's try this differently now.
It sounds like 13 is your lucky number.
Let's try this differently now. Let me give it over to you and then see what happens. And I've told you this before, Nikki, but that call happened, and a week later you emailed me about your trip. And a week after that, the January trip that we also do, emailed us. So in the space of the next 2 to 3 weeks, we had things happening that we have been trying to figure out what is happening in that for the last 9 months. And so we fast forward a few years. I'm like, how do you scale? How do you build this thing? Is it a corporate thing? Yesterday I was with some guys, and like, what are you building? Actually, are you like a corporate environment? I'm like, no, we're not. We're a family environment. Like, we're really intentional about, as we build Genesis slowly, we're intentional about building it as slowly as we can, because if we just open up the floodgates, we don't think we'll do everything well. And we want to make sure we do it well, slowly, so that as we introduce new things and new products, we're able to look after that with the same care as what we do right now. And so whoever joins our team, as we've spoken about, what does it look like to scale as people join and we get more people, more inquiries to what we do. We want people to also be able to invest into their families, their own personal families. So make sure you go to your kids' netball match, and make sure you go to your kids' concert and prize giving, because that's super important. Like, hang out with your kids and do your work, but make sure all of those, you're able to go and do all of those things. We don't necessarily want to own a fleet of vehicles. We don't want to do that, because we want to continue to partner with people and kind of help move their businesses forward. But I think in the next few years, I hope that we'll do a bit more university trips with 1 or 2 more universities. We're also not trying to do all 5,000 universities in the US. Like, we're doing some stuff in Europe as well. That's not wise. That's not sustainable for us as a family. So if we had 10 of the 5,000, that's great. Like, that's more than enough. But we're able to then also give more people opportunities, train more guides, get more people in the industry, more employment for themselves, and be able to look after their families. And I think in the next 5 years, if we can do that, we would have won.
Awesome. Yeah. Anything further you want to add?
I don't have anything to add on to that.
She's like, amen.
Yes.
I think it's so cool. What is one of the lessons that you didn't expect to learn along the way
that you think has been really useful?
Sure. I think being able to steward finance as well. I think we've had seasons, we've spoken about, we've had tough seasons where we've had businesses and we've made some money but have not stewarded well. Like just being willy-nilly spending. And I think the last appreciating what that looks like, what the big picture looks like, that if you spending now, you don't have that for the future. What are you putting away? What are you saving for the rainy days? Or how are you planning to be able to, if you want to buy a vehicle, what does that look like in a year's time? None of the vehicles, or we've added 2 vehicles to what we have, but it wasn't us thinking, today we want a vehicle, let's go buy one. It's like, okay, we think we should get a vehicle in 6 months' time. What does that look like in 6 months' time, and how do we plan for that? And it might sound to some people like, why wouldn't that be the basics of your understanding of running a business? It's not, because the beginning you're trying to make money as much as you can. Financial education or discussions around finance wasn't a big thing in my family. So it wasn't like, you should save for this, you should do that. It wasn't how my parents did things. They basically did things to be able to support us, and so we did the same.
Right.
I'm like, now we're thinking a little bit differently, and about what do our kids see. We speak to them about finance now, which is some of the things we didn't get spoken to. So like, these are the things, if you want to do that, this is what you need to do now. And so how do you build on that? And so we hope to be able to, I didn't think that I'm blowing my horn here a little bit, but and Donna can maybe just give an honest. I think 10 years ago, Brent would spend money as it came in. And the new entrepreneurship Brent has gone on a journey is probably not the same person that was 10 years ago.
I've told you that before, where he's
It's like, of course.
no, but that is true, and he did a lot of growing when it comes to finances, and likewise me. Although I'm not the spender, not a hoarder either of finances. I just need to know that things are covered. I don't need to go looking. I need to know that my ends are going to meet at the end of the month. Whereas Brent, that wasn't always a focus for him. So then, back then, there were many arguments about how money gets spent or what gets spent, and how. But yes, he's grown up quite a bit.
Thank you.
I love what I love is the comment, like it's
At
like
the end.
the comment laced in a slap.
No,
The compliment laced in a slap.
but it's
like,
really
so
something to
good.
be proud of, because with all of that, he leads our family, he leads our business, and I have full confidence and trust in him that he's not wasting or splurging.
Except for golf.
Yes, that we need. That's another discussion or a topic for another day.
That's my on and on. That's my on and on.
But yeah, so I have confidence now that we're okay, and we'll be fine at the end of the month. And not that I don't need to worry, but I know I don't need to worry about him wasting or not thinking about how it gets
Making an
spent.
impulsive decision.
All
I
that.
think transparency is such a big thing, right? Again, working as a couple, as a partnership, like I could hide things from Donna, like, and not tell her about things. And one of the things that we super, like, I kind of do the stuff on the banking, but she's got the passwords, right? So it's not like, hey, like, that's not for you. This is just for me. I don't believe that's how we're operating. So it's super important that we're transparent about decisions we've got to make, especially big decisions, because we're in this together. Like, we want to build something that we're proud of, that the kids are proud of, and we get to take them on these fun journeys with us. Like, I mean, how many? We say this to our kids. How many kids of their age in South Africa has been on multiple safaris, let alone one?
Mhm.
Like, and our kids have been on multiple safaris and experienced other things, which is not normal. So
Mhm.
every time we got to say to them, hey guys, just remember wherever you are now, it's kind of like you got to be grateful for what we
Right.
have,
Mm.
Yeah.
because this doesn't look like this for everyone.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, we're building for the future, and I think the kids get to enjoy it. Well,
Mhm.
they don't say it much, but I think if I was a kid, I'd get to enjoy the things
Yeah.
that they get to do.
Yeah. Well, I think what's really beautiful and then also possibly a challenge is it's their normal,
Mm.
Yeah.
which is amazing because you've able to offer that normal to them, which is very different to what normal was for you as a kid.
Absolutely.
But then it's like, how do you go, I'm very grateful that that's their normal, but then also teaching them to be grateful for their normal.
Tough job. We've got to do it. We've got to
Parenting
regularly.
101.
Yes.
When you have that answer, let us know how to do it. How to do it well.
Yep. Challenge, definitely. Yeah, because sometimes things just become an expectation, and we do try as much as possible to make sure that they know this is not normal for everybody.
Yes, it's to have
Even just a few years ago, it wasn't even normal for you.
Mhm.
So,
to have the real conversations, even with, and when they're old enough, right? We had to have a real conversation with our boys in that 9-month period when nothing was happening. We called them aside because Karis was
a baby.
a baby, and so we
Oh.
called the boys aside and said, "Hey guys, like, this is the season we're going in. You're old enough to understand that things is really tough right now, and if we say no, it's going to be not because we don't want to do it, but because we cannot do it at this point of time. So please understand that." And so it's important. And every now and then we actually we have these conversations with the kids. Not really Karis is 10 years old, but with the boys at 17 and 20, to have these kind of conversations with them where they get to see the bigger picture of what's happening. And yeah, I always think of, that 9-month, we spoke about 9 months, two things. Someone said to me, 9 months is the time for baby. Right. So, like, why do you think that your baby that you had was going to grow in like a month? Okay, point number one. And the second thing,
I hate it when people's wisdom slaps you in the face, but it's exactly what you need sometimes.
No, exactly. And then that 9 months after having that conversation with the boys, I don't think I've told you this, but when the break in the 9-month period was when, I think a week after we had that conversation, or where we confirming we're going to do this. And I was able to spend 100 Rand on a slushie for the kids. Like, up until then, I said to them, we cannot do these kind of things. And it's the best 100 Rand I've spent in my life. Like, being able to say to the kids, because Ethan actually asked me, "Hey Dad, can we get slushies? It's split the earth." I'm like, and then before I answered him, he answered me and he said, "Oh, sorry, no, I forgot you said, so never mind, no slushies." And then I said, "No, boy, we can actually get some slushies today." And it was probably the best 100 Rand that we spent on them.
So cool.
Yeah.
Wow. I love that. Well, conscious of time and needing to wrap this up, because as we say in a business that is family orientated, there are children that need to get picked up from school. And I have my little watch here to make sure we don't miss that, Karis, because I'm sure she's going to listen and laugh at this. I just want to say thank you guys. So, the other side of that story of the time that you guys were in the little battle of not knowing when it was going to work out, I'm back on campus, putting together budgets, putting together programs, super excited about this absolutely happening. And in true Nikki style, failing to communicate, which I'm getting better at. So yeah. I'm sure the timing was everything on your side, and you probably learned a lot of lessons from that. So sometimes it's okay when we do those things. But honestly, from the moment I was here and that very first time and meeting you guys and meeting Marissa, and I just knew that I would be able to do this because I wasn't going to be doing it alone. So I want to thank you for that from me personally. And then also, I'm sure that all the students who met along the way, a lot of them are going to listen to this. And I just have to say thanks to you guys for them as well, because you genuinely love them. guys, these guys are called Uncle Brent and Nanny Donna on a regular basis. They go the extra mile to look after the students, which I really, really love. So it just really does bring out the ethos of the business that you're trying to build. So hearing you talk about it that way today makes a lot of what you do make sense. Like my students from the current program in 2026, I almost said 2025, from 2026, left on Thursday, and we had a dinner on Wednesday night. And without me asking, without even coming up with this idea, these guys gave them a shirt that they had purposely designed with all these photos and pictures of things that the students had done. So basically created them a wearable memory board of their month in Cape Town. And we were at a super fancy restaurant looking out over the Atlantic seaboard, and they were all dressed up really nice. And then 2 seconds later, I turn around and they're all wearing this gray t-shirt over the top of their fancy clothes, taking photos together, and the happiest like I've ever seen them. And it's just those little extra bits of love and care that make it really obvious that you guys do this with your whole heart. So thank you for that. And thank you for loving me, the students, as much as you love your own kids in a way sometimes. They go away loving their experience of South Africa, understanding the concept of family and community, and that is everything. So thank you on their behalf. Thank you for the amazing way that you build your business and that I get to be a part of it in a small way. And I cannot wait to see where it all goes and how it all changes in the next years to come.
Yep. Well, you, I'm sure, will have a front row seat.
Front row seat. Exciting time.
You're part of the journey now.
Thank you. Thank you for, trust is such a big thing, right? I mean, and you speak about that meeting a few years ago, but it's even for us these days, it's difficult to build trust with people and to try and convince them that we are genuine when we say we want to help you make this work, help your thought or your dream trip or something, make it reality. And slowly, and again, this is part of the game. It's the equity and people having to believe in something. And again, that's why the journey is slow and we're patient to grow. And trust is not overnight, and so we're patient to build every year. And as we build, people will learn to trust us a bit more. So excited. Thank you very much, Nikki.
So amazing. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Nikki.
Aren't they awesome and absolutely hilarious? My students tell them every year that they would blow up on TikTok. What do you think? If you think that's true, give them a shout out and try and encourage them to take that journey. Brent, Donna, thank you so much for sharing so authentically and with so much heart and soul and putting all of yourselves into everything that you do. I learned so much from watching you build your business and build your family and build your lives each and every year. And I'm so grateful that you took the time to sit down with me today so that I could share your story and your love and passion for others with all of the people listening. Guys, let's be more like Brent and Donna, hey? Let's love people this week. Let's be kind this week. And let's look at how we can do what we do with people and humans in mind. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you next week.